Hey guys, and welcome back. I'm Simon, bringing you part 2 of our video discussion on the Inventor Societies found on the plane of Kaladesh. The Inventor Societies are, for a lack of a better term, basically guilds, whose members dedicate their lives to a specific area of research. We've already described organizations who build lifelike replicas of wild animals, and those who tinker with the smallest machines around. Now let's continue with the 4 remaining Inventor Societies young aspiring minds can consider joining on Kaladesh. The Scrappers. Probably the most controversial organization on Kaladesh, the Scrappers gather and promote regulated gladiatorial combat between inventors' automatons. The idea is to find who is the best at designing and controlling machines that only exist to fight. The winner walking away with a fair bit of wealth and celebrity. The Kaladesh, like the people on almost any other plane at any given time, enjoy their share of competition and the occasional blood sport. Only these athletes bleed oil. Thus these artifice and quicksmith duels, along with traditional automaton fights, have become quite popular as spectator sports. To those participating in these events, it's not always about the fame and money. It's about proving yourself to your colleagues, about modifying your machine to overcome any obstacle, about being the best in the ring. All glorious goals, to be sure, but not always the most legal, strictly speaking that is. The consulate has done its part to do away with such competitions, noting that it fuels a rowdy and insubordinate environment. Even so, the people love these sports so much that many have followed their favorite inventors and automatons underground, where they continue to compete for glory away from the prying eyes of the consulate. Some famous quicksmiths and duelists include the likes of the planeswalker Saheeli Ray and the Vidalcan legend Padim, Consul of Innovation. While some of the more promising automatons who fought in the arenas include the Electrostatic Pummeler and the Prizefighter Construct. The Ground Grinders, a society for those with a need for speed. This group of adrenaline junkies work tirelessly on their vehicles, vowing to race anything that rolls, crawls, or walks. Through their efforts, the Ground Grinders have become the greatest league of racers seen on Kaladesh, outpassing even the most hungry of their competition. Their workshop is located a short distance away from the Oval Chase racetrack, the arena where they compete regularly for glory and profit. No matter how hard other racing groups try, they just can't meet the level of proficiency and adaptability the Ground Grinders have achieved in building and modifying their crafts. As such, this society has become the most mettled group of racers in Kaladesh. If it's on the ground and moves fast, best be sure a member of the Ground Grinders built it. While pilots are sometimes featured on cards, such as Speedway Fanatic and the turned revolutionary Reckless Racer, it's their vehicles which have won the most prestige, such as the Fleetwheel Cruiser, Oval Chase Dragster, and Daredevil Dragster. While the Ground Grinders are the fastest group on the surface of Kaladesh, the Derby Crows command the title of fastest in the skies. Never missing a chance to compete in a sky derby, the Derby Crows quickly became known as some of the greatest pilots on Kaladesh, almost overnight. This isn't some ancient society that started way back before Aether was channeled into inventions. No, the Derby Crows are relatively new on the scene, sporting only a handful of members with a mere 3 skyships between them. Despite their meager numbers, the Derby Crows have proven their mastery of their field of flight, winning glory and praise from even the highest commanders of the Consulate Airship Legion. Yet, the Crows care little for praise or respect, their rebellious nature putting them at ends with the majority of the consulate officials. They care more about the freedom that comes from racing in the open wind, knowing that no one can stop them from doing what they love, and if they try, well, as they say, the Crows will show, their unofficial motto taking on a new meaning. The Derby Crows are led by their charismatic leader, Dapala, pilot exemplar, who commands some of the fastest airships on Kaladesh, such as the Sky Skiff and, on occasion, the Smuggler's Copter. As the Derby Crows claim some of the best pilots on Kaladesh, that's not to say they're the only ones taking to its skies. The League of Aeronauts is the first and oldest society dedicated to the invention and piloting of flying skyships. What the Derby Crows have in recent popularity and skill, the League of Aeronauts makes up with prestige and pedigree. If you want to learn to fly, you come to the League. They've been training the best pilots for generations, but don't expect to be accepted into their ranks easily. Membership to this society is on an invitation-only basis. Only after one has proven skilled in skyship design and has shown a true interest in flight may they be fortunate enough to be accepted. While aeronauts can train in any lowbrow flight school, the League of Aeronauts stands as an exclusive club where its members are hammered by traditions, rituals, and uniforms, all meant to forge a bond of kinship. Yet this pompous attitude has played right into the hands of the consulate, as it now commands the League through their disproportionate sense of pride. The League of Aeronauts have some of the greatest ships now working on behalf of the consulate and Tezzeret, including the head judge's personal flagship, the Sky Sovereign. And there you go guys, the last of the Inventor Societies on Kaladesh. Putting them all together, we get what looks a lot like the Guilds of Ravnica, but with a twist. They don't play as big of a role on the plane as those guilds might, but they do stand as bastions of specific professions which the people of Kaladesh can turn to for unity. While these societies aren't as prominent in the story or the cards of this block, it still helps build Kaladesh as a world that isn't just a shallow conflict between oppressors and the oppressed. These are a people with different interests, dreams, and drives, most of whom having been denied this pursuit by order of Tezzeret. As the revolution grows on Kaladesh, rest assured that these societies will fight for those they most agree with, and the winner could determine the fate of the plane and its people. Now that we've gone over all of the Inventor Societies, let me know which one you'd most likely join. Which group do you most recognize with? Let me know that in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video and want to see more, consider leaving the video a like, sharing it with friends, and subscribing for all the latest MTG news and lore. As always guys, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.